Hey guys, EST here, and this right here is a 30-year shelf life pack of about 2,000 calories of delicious tricolor rotini pasta. Packaged it last July 2020, actually. And as you can see, the seal's fine. The oxygen absorber kind of sucked in the 20% oxygen in the air or whatever. Nitrogen left in there, but that's fine. So no pathogens can live in here. It's like 8% water, so it's 100% set to go just in case of emergency. So I've got, I don't know, 500,000 to 1,000,000 calories worth of these sitting in my house. It's like a year and a half worth. I did the math wrong. I only anticipated doing 6 months. Oops. So I've got quite a few of these sitting in my basement with rice, pinto beans, all that. But if you want to learn the basics of how to do it, what not to do, how not to screw it up, what to select, all that kind of stuff, I did a little 1-hour documentary on everything you ever could possibly want to know. Check it out on this channel. Link in the description. But this one, as you can see, it has about a 1-inch seal, and that's because I used one of these here. It's a little Revlon hair straightener or whatever it is. Yeah, there we go. Gotta go for the name brand stuff. This was $2 at the thrift store. So, these get hot, nice ceramic pads, and just boom, 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 sealed. Perfect. And then I thought, well, okay, doing 1, 2, and then usually you gotta flip it around and then seal the other side, and you can see there's all these, little, potential air paths there. So I don't like that. This one worked, but spoiler alert, this one didn't. Now, the problem with this one is that I think the pasta was too sharp. You can see all these little dots in here, but we'll find out. I mean, it could have been a bad seal. As you can see, I didn't really do the full 1 inch, and there's a bunch of conduits going up right there. So I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm going to cut this one open and just test seal it with my new toy. Oh, are you ready for this? I got this literally just for the channel. Boom! A professional industrial Mylar and plastic sealing and crimping machine, and that is 12 inches. The bag is only 8 inches, so I can do it all at once and put a little pressure crimp into it, so you see what that looks like. Haven't even tested it yet, haven't taken it out of the box. What we have right here is the traditional cheap Chinese impulse sealer. So you've got a heating element here, a little bit of, I don't know, Kevlar or something, I don't remember what they said that was. And you basically just put it down, gets hot, puts pressure on it, pop it up, there's your seal. Now, that's not very wide. They burn out all the time. I could have sworn I saw smoke coming out of this at some point. Everything, including the wiring, is garbage, and the knob is about as cheap as you can get. But this was like $29. So that portable crimper was, I paid at least $130 for it. Biggest budget video on my channel so far. Please leave a like. And by the way, ironically, I got this table not from Costco. I got it from a liquidator. I don't know how they got it from Costco, but I'll take it. Well, the pasta's still fine, so I'm going to put it in the bottom of one of my 50-pound bags of rice here. That was loud. Just got done packaging up the other day. There we go. Alright, so I'll leave this nice and inflated and show you how this works. So let's just pretend it's really full, but you can kind of do that. Get a little 90-degree fold in it a little bit. If you don't overfill it too much, that's kind of how I keep it straight no matter what I do. And actually, I got to turn this up. Alright, I got it set on 7 for this thickness. Kind of got it dialed in, and let's see how this works. There we go. Let's see. What do you think? Does it hold air? Oh, that's not bad. Now the thing is, though, when it's actually full, I was getting really bad. Oh, there it goes. I didn't let it dry. Also, it's not hot enough. Also, it tends to leave little flaws in it. Let me show you. If I just kind of, okay, here we go. Let's put it on here. Yeehaw. Alright, there we go. You can see it left a massive flaw right there, a massive air conduit right there. I could probably still blow this up like a balloon. So unless you get it exactly perfectly flat, it doesn't work. Now, because this is so stiff, because it's ultra premium, 7mm Mylar, this is really meant for plastic sealing, like vacuum sealers. It doesn't like stuff that doesn't exactly straighten out really easily. And this stuff, if I were to crinkle it up, it'll stay that way. So that's the aluminum plating on the inside. So this is actually a terrible option, unfortunately. So I'll probably be selling this one off. I mean, I like the straight lines and stuff, but I might try it for my half-size Mylar that I put multivitamins in. But I don't actually need more of those. Now, my friends on Facebook, when I took the picture, I'm like, hey, guess who has a year worth of food and it only cost me $300 or $400? They're like, can you make me a one-month kit for $30? I'm like, yeah, sure. Make a profit at that. Let's do it. So we're going to try a little experiment with this bag because I want to know what went wrong. If it was the top seal or if it was all these pasta-shaped sharp marks in the Mylar. Oh boy, that doesn't look good right there. Okay, well, we'll find out. I'm going to let this heat up real quick. Oh, while it's heating up, how hard is it to undo this wonderful seal? Oh, man. I mean, it's That's a pretty good seal, but okay, it's not that good. I'm going to show you the difference when you do a 1-inch seal with a proper heating element. All right, I got this bag a little artificially plumped up with a little extra bag of rice there. It's an empty bag of rice. So we're going to just kind of do what I normally do, which is, pull it like this, give it a little 90 degree like that, kind of, a little bit there. Watch my full video for the actual story. Boy, this bag is just beat up as hell. Oh, boy, there we go. All right, so look at that seal. I mean, look at that. That is so much better. All right, going to do my best sealing this the rest of the way here. Okay. Doesn't take much. It's more about the pressure than the time, and you don't want to overdo it or it'll start to curl. But like I said, if you want the proper technique and what not to do and what to do, just go watch the full video on it. This ain't the one. Wow, I really got that crooked. All right, that should be good enough, though, right now. So let's see if that holds. And the best way to test it, believe it or not, if you're questioning it, is to step on it. And I am quite heavy. All right, here we go. This should be able to hold up to at least 70 pounds of blunt force. I've actually been able to stand on some of my seals, believe it or not. These are a lot above the spec. All right, look at that. I'm leaning on it pretty hard. It's about half my body weight. I'm about 200 pounds, so that's pretty good. That's a good seal right there. Let's see what it would take. Oh, that's my full body weight. Wow. Jeez. Okay, so I guess it was the seal. That was the problem. Not any of the holes in the Mylar, because there aren't any. That's why I buy the premium stuff, folks. This is top of the line right here. For comparison, this is the thin and shiny Amazon trash that you can get. Way thinner, way less reliable, and over time, the aluminum tends to fall off into your food. So that'll be a fun surprise 5 years from now, won't it? Don't buy this crap. Get this stuff. I'm sure you've already typed the comment, but Pack Fresh USA, not sponsored in any way. They just are the best. I've tried others. These ones actually stand up, and I care about your food safety, so get it from them. They have a website. They have an eBay store. That's all you need to know. I mean, check this out. This is like 100 of them. This is all the oxygen absorbers. That's it. That's all the room it takes. So remember, it wasn't the dents in the surface on this one, it was the seal, and I did a fairly okay job sealing it with just this not really purpose-built device. Now, I've had a 95 to 97% success rate using this, but the question is, if you really want to do it right and you've got the money, or if you want to make a whole bunch with your friends, it's a good conversation starter, and while even if they're helping you do it, you can say, hey, do you have fire starting, basic stuff, $5-10, ferro rod, some cotton balls soaked in whatever. And water filtering, what are you going to do about water filtration? And then tell them to subscribe to my channel. Well, we're going to reseal this one with the professional sealer and see if it's worth it. And of course, I don't really know until I do 100 of them, probably to see if the seals start failing or something. But if this doesn't work, we're going to find out about it real quick, though. But I've heard these are pretty good. It's a little extra, and it's $130 versus like the $2 at a thrift store that Revlon cost me. I think even retail's probably under 20. Don't buy retail, though. Every time I go to any thrift shop, there's like 6 of those sitting there. Oh, baby. Look at that. Now we're talking. All right, so this is a 12-inch total sealing surface. This way, it's 10 millimeters, which is really nice. It's got the little ripple crimps in there. I assume that does something. And it can go up to 400 watts. So, I mean, this is just nice. The preheating time on this is about a minute, according to them. This is fairly thick Mylar, so I'm probably going to have it set on about 250. I don't know. Well, I'd rather go under. Let's go 200. Oh, that is a cheap knob for what I paid for. And this manual is in 100% Chinese English. Well, this better be worth it. I don't like spending that kind of money on poorly made stuff. We'll find out. All right, so just plugged it in, and we've got power, and then we've got the heating in progress. So it must have a little temperature sensor in there. I mean, it looks fairly elaborate. And this thing seems kind of nice. So whatever am I going to do while I wait for this to heat up? Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Okay, I'm starting to think that heating just means it's heating. It's pretty much equivalent to power, because it's been 5 minutes, so I can feel the heat coming off of it. It occurs to me that that's probably in Celsius, so that ought to be hot enough. But one thing I wanted to point out is check this out. Okay, we've got like the factory side crimp there, okay, on this wonderful bag of noodles. And then we've got, look at that. Now that looks an awful lot like what this would do, so you gotta wonder. Okay, let's see. Oh, that just strikes me as way too hot. I'm gonna turn it down. I have no idea how, oh, now it's done heating. Oh, look at that. Okay, I have no idea what the temperature properly is, but if we curl the crap out of this and burn it, well, we'll find out. Oh, that is so hot. I can feel it in my hand from here. That is way too hot. Okay. Oh, Wow, okay, it has, oh, that melted the crap out of it. Wow. Yeah, that, it's probably sealed, but it got stuck. So that's too hot. Yeah, I mean, I can squeeze with quite a bit of force here, and this, that definitely sealed it. I'm pretty impressed. That's not bad. Now I gotta turn this way down. I'm gonna set it closer to like 120 Celsius. I might just look up the actual spec for the invention called Mylar and see what it's supposed to be sealed at. But it now smells like flaming plastic, so we're gonna just shove these noodles in a brand new one. Oh well, and seal it up and see what happens. There we go. We got the noodles in the bag. All right, it's cooled off a little bit. All right, let's see what this does. By the way, it kind of locked together. I don't know what the release was. I think honestly it just stuck because it was stuck. Well, let's find out. Oh, this is the problem. You put it in with a big wave in it like that. You got to kind of hold it. I might find a way to like pin this up with like, I don't know, some kind of clothesline pins. I don't know. All right, let's try it. I'm going to try and keep this flat. Oh, getting it in there without touching the... Oh, there we go. Okay, getting it in there without touching it was hard. But, all right, look at that. That looks really nice. Very even. I guess we'll try the standing on it test in a second once it kind of cools off. But that looks really good. Either way, I want my noodles back, but... Oh, there's no lines in it. There's no runs. Nothing. There is nothing leading up to the top. That three-dimensional, like curvy, S-curve repeating pattern, I can see why everybody does it this way, because, oh my gosh. All right, so even that one a little fast. I wanted maybe a little bit more time to get more pressure on it. It didn't melt and it didn't, like, ripple. So... I'd say probably 100 Celsius or just above it is probably the temperature to target, although I don't know how much that truly cooled off in the time I turned it down. But let's stand on this and find out what happens. Oh, I'm gonna destroy these. There's not enough air in it. No! Okay, we're gonna try a different method. Alright, redid it. You can tell there's not a whole lot of air in there, but it should be enough for me to stand on. It was cooling down, so I think I probably did this at 80 or 90, and I actually had trouble really getting the seal and to hold it down for about 5 seconds, so... Oh, okay. I'm going to need both feet on this. Pardon the hole in my sock that I just discovered. Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, look at that. All right. I'm impressed. So which one would I recommend? I mean, obviously, hands down this one. Purpose made. I don't know how long it's going to stand up. I don't know what the failure rate is, but I did look up reviews on Amazon. There was a couple. People said it's pretty good. But see, they probably all reviewed in the first week. If this thing burns out a heating element or something, well, that's a problem. But this is solid metal. I mean, I read the specs on this, and the way they claim to have built it is pretty good. I think with this costing what it costs, even though it comes out of China, and even though this is a really ultra cheap knob, I gotta go with it. I think this is the one right here. But $2 versus like $140 after shipping. Oh boy. I mean, if you want absolutely world-class, perfect, flawless crimps instead of, oh, I wonder if in the next 10 years it'll leak oxygen. Yeah, I'd do it, but 6 months to a year worth of food is under $1,000 already. If you're only going to do 3 months worth of food, that's like under $250 already, all things considered. Would I want to add, $100 some on it for single use? Probably not. If you have some kind of, prepper group online, which that's a great idea to get tracked that way. At least use a VPN and don't use your real name. But you could maybe, buy one of these and pass it around. And then everybody just, $10, $10, $10 to the next person. Or everybody rents it or, whatever. I wouldn't be the guy who uses it for 2 weeks, seals everything, and then returns it. That's a dick move. Don't do that. But I would say, yes, this definitely works immensely better. I think I've sealed up probably 200 bags so far with the old method, and I've had a failure rate of, like I said, maybe 5 to 3%. But what you could do is you test it like day one and say, oh, well, that obviously didn't seal. And if you could step on it or squeeze it and you'll see some air coming out. Worst case scenario, if you're super questioning it, 1, just redo it. Or 2, hold it under like a bathtub underwater or something, or in like a bucket or a tub and see if air bubbles come out. I mean, that's simple. So I guess they're both perfectly viable. Once you get good with the hair straightener, you can get, an acceptable success rate. But if you've just got that much money, or if you're going to do this for like a whole group of friends or like a nonprofit group or a survival group or something, be like, yeah, I'll just make it for you. Don't worry about it. And then just, charge them a little 20, 30, 40% premium or whatever for the labor and for the equipment, and then get one of these. It'll just save you time and headaches and reseal jobs and checking time and just everything. So, I mean, you make the decision for yourself, but now you've seen it get demoed, and whatever you do, stay away from the impulse sealers. They are heavy and awful, and I heard a bunch of reviews that say they blow out their heating elements all the time, so now the new ones are shipping with 2 heating elements extra. Well, that's confidence inducing, but yeah, that little like 2 millimeter seal, total garbage. It's just impossible to keep it straight. Like you saw, I could reasonably rip it, and it's just not that good. When you start piling rice on top of rice on top of rice, totally not an option. So that one's out, the other 2 are in. Make the decision for yourself, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.